G'day all, it's Colin from PCTLC and thanks for joining me. You might have seen just a little bit of a video there, probably with no sound. That was just to get the decoder going so I could check my video because it didn't have the H.264 codecs in there. So I just went through the procedure on the live disk on how to get yourself up and running to test things out on a live disk in Ubuntu. So if we just have a quick look at what we did there, it was in software and updates, I enabled the multiverse, which automatically I think enabled this one as well. And then in the terminal, it was sudo apt install Ubuntu restricted extras. I had to do that to check my video to make sure I had sound was correct and all those sorts of things. So that's what I had to do. Always got to double check. The other way you can do it is if you can't get codecs installed, you can put that little bit of video that you want to check on a USB and put it on another computer and try it. That's the other way you can do it. But that's just a good example of people who want to try Ubuntu in a live environment and try everything to see that, everything works. So let's get on with the install. Let's install Ubuntu 20.04 beta. English US. So I'm going for a normal installation. I'm going to install the third party for graphics and Wi-Fi hardware support and media formats and so forth. Let's continue that. Now I have got Ubuntu on here already and also Q4 OS. So let's just check that out. We'll do manual. Now I've got Debian there, which is actually Q4 OS because it's based on Debian. And I've already got Ubuntu in here as well. So what we're going to do is this one here, EFI system, okay. And double click this one. Use it as ext4. It's going to be, we'll format that and it'll be mount point root. Okay, so we'll install over the development branch that was already there, and the device for bootloader is going to be SDA1, which is my EFI, and that should be it. And we're going to be dual booting with Q4 OS, which is this week's challenge on a BigDaddyLinux Live. Let's continue that. Australia, Perth. Okay, so that should be fine. My name, the computer's name, so you can see it on your home network, and Ubuntu 20.04-desktop. And my password, and let's continue. That's the install complete. We'll reboot and have a look at around the desktop of Ubuntu 20.04 beta. So here we are in a freshly installed desktop of Ubuntu 20.04 beta. Little welcome screen here. We got a welcome to Ubuntu, GNOME initial setup. First of all, connect your online accounts. I'm not going to bother with that right now. I can do that later. Set up Live Patch. Live Patch enables you to do updates without restarting your system. And I think that's mostly to do with the kernel. And you need to log in to Ubuntu Live Patch, I think, with the Ubuntu One account, I think. I'm not going to do that at the moment. I'm not concerned about restarting because I'm just a desktop user, so I'm not real fussed about that at the moment. Send system info to Canonical. Yes, I shall do that. And location services. I'm not going to turn that on at the moment as well. So next. And you're ready to go. You can install software from here. You can open your software now. Snap Store is ready. So we'll click done on that and close the welcome. And that's the software. So what we'll do is we'll install updates first. There are the updates available. We'll install them and then we'll go from there. Put in our password. So that is our updates installed. We need to restart now, so we'll do that and we'll come back into the desktop and have a look around. Here we are back into the desktop of Ubuntu 20.04 after updates. So we're going to now have a look at the software center to start with and see what that has to offer. Now I've noticed there seems to be mostly snaps in here, and I'm hoping that at some point it does pull in stuff from the Ubuntu repositories as well. So let's have a quick look at this, and it does take like 20 seconds or so to populate. So if we have a look at all of these things here, you'll find that they come up as a snap. Most things here, I think, most of the things that you click on will be a snap. They're all snap. So what I've found is everything that you click on in here is basically from the Snap Store. So these are the categories and the icons under the categories. They all seem to be snaps. So I'm hoping that if we do a search for a couple of things, because what I want to do is I'd like to install the weather and the world clocks. So let's have a search for weather and see what results that brings up. So there's no weather from the Ubuntu repositories there. That's from the Snap Store. Update preferences, automatic updates, automatic update notifications. So this is pretty much a Snap Store. Clementine, a snap. So it looks like everything here is snaps. Snap. Okay. And it's got the Snap Store icon. Let's do a search for clocks. Now there should be two clocks in the repositories. There should be a GNOME. There should be two GNOME clocks. There's a GNOME clocks there, but that one does not integrate with this here. There should be another GNOME clocks, and it's not there. So if we put the Ubuntu software, the favorites, within the favorites, and that shows up with a Snap Store icon. Okay. However, let's just make sure that we are completely up to date. Add the terminal to favorites. sudo apt update my password. All packages are up to date. So it looks to me like we are not getting anything from the Ubuntu repositories at all. So what we might have to do here, so Gnome clock, simple Gnome app. And what's that one? Is that a snap? That's a snap. Let's see if we can look for Ubuntu Software. So they do not have Ubuntu Software as a snap. Okay, so what we need to do then is sudo apt install Ubuntu-software. And the Y is the capital, which means that's yes by default, so you can just press enter. Okay, so that's the Ubuntu software installed. Let's check that out. So we have two software centers now. Now, the original Ubuntu software will show up with this icon, but this one will show up with the snap icon. So you can tell the difference there. Okay, so now we got the original Ubuntu software, which should pull things from the Ubuntu software repository. So let's check that out. Check out clocks. So we have Gnome clock simple Gnome app. And that's from the Snap Store. Interesting. Do we need to update this or something? Update all. So that's update all on that. Maybe the repositories need an update. So we'll do that first. So I'm not really sure whether those updates are complete or not. It hasn't given me any message. We can probably refresh that. Software is up to date. So let's close that and reopen software. And let's do another search for clocks. Gnome clock, simple Gnome app. So it's still only showing me one Gnome clocks from the Snap Store. I'm going to reboot and come back and see if that makes a difference. So we have rebooted the system and we shall check out software again. Search for clocks. So we have Gnome clock, simple Gnome app. And now we have the other Gnome clocks. Clocks for world times plus alarm, stopwatch and timer. This is the one that integrates with this. I know that the other one doesn't because I've tried it already and it does not integrate. And it comes from the Snap Store and it doesn't integrate into here. I've tried it already. So let's go down to Gnome clocks here. And that's from the Ubuntu Focal Universe. So let's install that. And let's have a look there. Not yet, so what we need to do is Alt F2, press R to restart the shell and enter, and it'll restart. And then that should be added to there, and there's your world clocks. And the same is for weather. So what we're looking for here is weather, this one here, the GNOME project. Install that one. That is installed, and we need to restart the shell, which is Alt F2, R and enter. And there we have weather and world clock. So let's click on the world clocks and we will add one. I'll do London where Zeb lives. I'd like to know Zeb's time, London East, United Kingdom. Add that. Mine is not Bullsbrook, that's for sure. It is in Perth. That's the one that it's decided to pick up by the looks of it. And I'll do Rocco's time, which is, I believe, somewhere in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, probably. Let's try that. So there's our world clocks. Let's have a look. Philadelphia and London. And then we got weather. Let's do Perth, Western Australia. And that looks like it's done that there. And this thing sometimes does not work. I don't know why. I think if you turn off automatic location, do a search. It's a little bit funny, this one, I must say. Perth, Western Australia. Yep. And then we turn that back on, and now it's working. It's a little bit strange the way that one works. So that's the integration into the calendar notifications drop down. Now the other thing we're going to need is we will need from the software, well, let's have a look at the normal software, which is the Snap Store. And let's do a search for Menu Libre. I didn't spell that right, did I? No application found, so we're going to have to go to our normal software, which I think is the one on the right, and search for Menu Libre. Menu Editor. From the Ubuntu repositories, install that. There's a reason why I'm installing Menu Libre, and you will find out. Let's launch that from there. If you're looking for it in the menu, it'll be just type menu, and that's the one there. And under System Settings, you'll find the two. Is it System Settings? System Tools? System Tools. So you've got the two Ubuntu softwares. Now when you open the original software, it comes up with the Snap Store icon, but it's no good when it's open to have the icon. We need to know the difference between these two here. So this is Gnome Software, and this one is, I think if you scroll back here or scroll forward, you'll find that that is the Snap Store. Okay, so that's that one there. So what we're going to do with that one is change the icon, browse icons, and do a search for Snap Store, and apply, and save that. Let's do Alt F2 and restart the shell. And now you've got the icon there. So when you're looking through the menu, they don't get confused. Or well, the user's not confused. I'm not confused as to which one's which. So now I think you'll find that now that we've done that, this thing may integrate some of those things now. So if we do a search for Menu Libre in here, you'll probably find, no, it hasn't found it. Thought it might have. So the other thing we want, let's just use the Snap Store as much as we can to see what we can find. I want to install Tweaks. So it hasn't found Tweaks. So we need to go to the standard Ubuntu software and look for Tweaks. Gnome Tweaks, that's the one there. Let's install that. Now the other thing I am looking for is I'm also looking for the extensions app. So extensions app hasn't found extensions. So the only way I think I know of installing that, sudo apt install gnome-shell-extension-prefs. It's already the newest version, so extensions is installed, is it? Oh, there it is there. Okay, so that's the extensions app installed. I didn't know that was installed. When did that get installed? It wasn't there to start with, that's for sure. May have been pulled in with the Gnome Tweaks, possibly. It's been pulled in with that. Now the other thing we want to do is with the tweaks appearance. Now I want to change the shell, which you can't do at the moment. You need to go to extensions, and we need to add, this is what we need to do, we need the user themes. So Gnome shell extensions. Okay, so we need to click here to install browser extensions, click to continue and add. Okay, got that. And reset that, refresh. Then we still have this issue here, the documentation, and we will need to open the terminal for this. Look for Ubuntu, right there. Add this command in, copy and paste that, enter, put in your password. That's done. Go back to where we were and refresh that page. And now we've got no errors and we can install some of these extensions. So the first one I want to do is user themes. And we just check that on, click install, and that should be our extensions installed, or that one anyway. So let's go tweaks, add that to favorites so I don't have to keep looking for it. Tweaks, extensions, and we've got user themes, and it's switched on. So the other thing I need to do is look for Gnome look, and we look for looking for the GTK3 themes, which will be the one that I want anyway. Will be the Quagga theme. We have a Quagga Ubuntu as well. Didn't know we had that. We'll go for the Quagga, and we click on Files here, and I want the Quagga Win Dark. Download that, save it, and I want the Quagga Win, and download that. Now we can have a look at the file manager. These icons are popping, check them out. They look really nice. I don't see any need to change the icons in Ubuntu. They look good enough for me. So that's just my perspective. But in the downloads, we will have these two here. We're going to cut those into, go back to home, show hidden files, right click new folder, .themes. Paste them in there. Extract here and extract here. Then we go to our tweaks. Now what I want to do is I like this theme here to be dark. So in the extensions and the user theme, the appearance and the shell theme, we can now change. And I'm going to go for the Quagga Win Dark. Now you can see that that's all changed. Now you'll probably find, was there transparency there before? Probably not in the default. No, there's not. So we'll go for the Quagga Dark. And now you've got a dark theme. Although I don't like the font there is not coming up to speed, is it? Quagga Win. Yeah, that font's just not showing good enough there. That's okay. You can just see it. May need another theme, but that's how you can change your shell theme. And you can also change in the appearance the applications. You can change to Quagga Dark if you want, or Quagga Win, which keeps not everything dark. it just gives you the dark sides and the white inside. So that's what that does. Or you can keep the standard default Yaru dark. Sorry, it was Yaru, wasn't it? Yaru, that's the one. You can install themes. You don't have to change them here. You can install them just so you can change your shell. So that's the way you can do that. There is a Yaru dark in the shell anyway. Let's try that one. Yeah, that's a better one. So I didn't even need to install the Quokka. There's a Yaru dark. Okay, so there you go. But if you want your own theme, then you can do that as well. And we've got the Do Not Disturb button there, which is good. Got a little button there for my simple screen recorder. Pause, cancel, save. So that's pretty cool. We've got the indicator up there, which is good. And just have a look at the things that are installed. Just a quick look through those. It's only 2 pages anyway. Gnome Utilities, System Monitor. So we're running 2.1 gig. It's because Firefox is open. We can close Firefox and see if that changes. Now we're down to 1.7. It's still pretty good. I've only got 4 gig of RAM on this computer. So that would probably come down to about, if I hadn't had Firefox open and I wasn't recording, which takes up a bit of memory as well, it'll probably be down to about 1.1, 1.2 probably, more than likely. We got Office, and we can put these together in their own categories. So if we move one to another, it's named it Graphics. I don't know why it's named it Graphics. It's a little bit weird. Let's open that and change that to Office. Done. There's my Office there, and let's check out LibreOffice Calc. Okay, Help and About 6.4.2.2. I've noticed my headings are not the dark headings, so I must have changed that. Yaru dark. Yaru. That's it. Now they're right. So we've got Office, Gnome Utilities, Videos, Text Editor, Show Details, that'll take to Software, Text Editor, 3.36.1-1, Videos, and also Show Details on Videos. You'll find that is 3.34.1. I think you'll find that that's Totem Player. It normally tells you that it's Totem, but it's not telling you here. Now, the other thing I do have is in here I've got some videos, or I've got a video. I've got the one that I'm recording, but this one here, if I try to open that, there's no H.264 decoder. So what we need to do there is sudo apt install Ubuntu restricted extras. Put in my password, enter, press the tab key and enter for OK, tab key for yes and enter to agree to the EULA, and that is complete. Now we should be able to open that. Now I did mess this one up because I forgot to change in the simple screen recorder to change it to the certain codec that I want. It's still unable to play. I think I've messed that one up, which is the start of this video, so I might have to, I'm not sure if that's going to be able to play. I might need a reboot after doing that as well. That might be the other thing. So we have nice icons here, a nice theme. The theme is pretty good. The theme and the icons and the wallpaper, and we haven't checked the wallpaper out, so have a quick look, change background, see what's available. So we've got those there, available for different backgrounds, not too many, but just enough. You can add your own picture if you wish. There's only one selection because on the log out and log in, uses now the GNOME 3.36 uses the existing wallpaper as a blurred wallpaper on the login screen. It's the login screen and the lock screen that uses the existing wallpaper as a blurred. It uses the existing wallpaper blurred on the lock screen and the login screen. So the video I just recently made with Gnome 3.36, they replaced Rhythmbox with Gnome Music, shot well with Gnome Photos, and they've got Thunderbird Mail and To Do, and the calendar. And the calendar will have also integrated weather as well. And there it is there, it's just popped up. And you can also do your online account, which I believe would be in settings, online accounts, and you can add some online accounts here. So there's a lot more than what shows up in the welcome screen. So that was a quick look at Ubuntu 20.04 beta. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you found it interesting and informative. And thanks for watching.